So you just started, or maybe looking into playing Final Fantasy XIV. Well, that's great. With an MMO with many expansions and changes throughout the years, it might be hard to know where to start, or make sure not to make any mistakes, and not waste any time by doing something accidentally wrong and not realizing it until it's too late. So I'm here to make this video on a handful of useful tips for those starting their adventure in Final Fantasy XIV. And with that being said, let's get on with it. Number 1. Stick with the free trial for as long as you can. Why, do you ask? Did you know that the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial and includes the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensward expansion, as well as the award-winning Stormwood expansion, up to level 70 with no restrictions on playtime? With that spiel out of the way, you do get all of the main story and leveling content, and post-game content, as well as all of the 8-man and 24-man raids for all 3 expansions. So you can get all the way up to the end of the post-game Stormblood quest, so you can start with Shadowbringers right away when you do get around to buying the game. While you do get all these games for free, and most importantly not have to pay a subscription fee while playing under the free trial, there are a few restrictions. Those being the following. You are capped at only 300,000 gil. Money is kinda easy to get in this game, so don't worry about this too much. You cannot use the yell, shout, or tell chat options. You cannot use the in-game market board. You cannot trade with other players. You can be invited into parties, but you cannot make any yourself or use the party finder system. But you can still use the duty finder, which is a normal queuing system for dungeons, trials, and raids. You can join link shells and cross-world link shells, but not make one yourself. By the way, link shells are pretty much extra chat groups you can have with a group of friends, so if they're in a free company, which are guilds by the way, you can still have a way to talk to them. That's important since you can't join free companies in the free trial. And lastly, you cannot play any PvP mode, nor do any ultimate raids. Also, please, if you're just getting off the free trial, please, for the love of God, do not get into any ultimate raids right away. But with one final note about the free trial, once you buy the starter pack, you do remove all the restrictions, and you will get 1 month of free game time. You will have to start paying the subscription with no way of going back to the free trial mode. So make sure you keep that in mind if money is an issue for you. Number 2. You must buy all the expansions from the same console or PC storefront. While this game is playable on the PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Mac, you do not get access to all the system versions when you buy the game from one storefront. Those storefronts being the PlayStation Store, which does cover both PlayStation 4 and 5, the Xbox storefront for Xbox of course. For PC, you have Steam and the Square Enix website. While there are 2 places to buy 14 for PC, if you buy them from one storefront, you must buy all expansions from that same storefront. So if you buy the game off Steam, you'll have to continue to buy all the expansions off of Steam. Also, the Square Enix storefront, I'm pretty sure, is the only place to buy the Mac version. Number 3. The latest expansion will come with all previous expansions, but any pre-orderable expansion will not give access to older expansions until it is released. For example, buying the Endwalker expansion will give you instant access to the Shadowbringers expansion, while pre-ordering Dawntrail will give you access to both Shadowbringers and Endwalker expansions. You won't be able to play them until Dawntrail is released. So make sure you know which expansion you want to buy, so why pay $80 when you can just spend $40, though you might have to wait a bit of time if you still need to go through the older expansions. Number 4. You cannot change your race or gender freely, as an item needed to do this costs real money to get. But you do get a free one from the final quest of the A Realm Reborn main story. Also, you can get an extra one from buying the Heavensward Digital Collector's Edition. While that does cost money, you do get extra things like mounts and minions and stuff. Number 5. You cannot start the game as a rogue. While it is in A Realm Reborn class, it was not added at the launch of the game, but was added in patch 2.4. If you wish to become a rogue as soon as possible, have your starting class be either Marauder or Arcanist. While it may seem odd to pick a tank or magic class to get rogue, It is important since both of these classes' starting city is Limsa, which is also the same city where you get the rogue class. While you'll be able to change your class at level 10, any other starting class that is not Marauder or Arcanist will not be able to switch to Rogue until they get to the level 15 main story quest, since you won't have access to Limsa to be able to change the Rogue. Number 6. You can turn off the mount music. From the main menu, select System, then System Configuration, then uncheck Play Music While Mounted. Number 7. You can turn off the in-game chat profanity filter. This can be found in the main menu in the character configuration menu, in the log window settings, then uncheck Enable Profanity Filter. Also keep in mind, at the time of this video, there is an extra profanity filter for Xbox players by Microsoft themselves, and you cannot turn this off. Though hopefully Square Enix will make sure to fix this issue at some point for Xbox players. Number 8. Do not turn on the option Direct Chat. This option will make every keyboard press go right to the chat box and no longer control your character. Number 9. Do all blue quests when you can find them. These quests unlock extra content, be it dungeons, raids, or things like the esthetician to change your hairstyle. Number 10. Make sure to get your chocobo after picking your grand company. First, you get to pick your grand company after doing the first main trial fight at the first level 20 main story quest. Then you'll have a blue quest at the grand company office to get your chocobo. Then just buy the chocobo insurance item from the grand company store to finish the quest. Number 11. Save your leaves for leveling, crafting, and gathering classes. While you can use them for battle classes, they don't give much EXP for them, while they give far more EXP for crafting and gathering classes, and become much more useful for them since they really don't have much extra ways to help level them up in the early levels. Number 12. If you're looking to join a free company, the best place to look would be to ask a novice network, as you'll have a good chance for someone to pick you up in there. And if you're on the Behemoth server, good chance that person will be me. Number 13. You can get many very cheap low-level crafting materials from the housing vendor called Material Suppliers. You'll most likely find one if you're in a free company with a house, or you can buy your own apartment and put one of these NPCs in there. Sadly, if you're on the free trial, you won't be able to do either. Number 14. For the love of God, do your class and job quest. These are needed to unlock skills for your class, and at level 30, you'll upgrade your class into a job. Also at level 45, you will get a good set of gear for your job as well. Number 15. Extreme difficulty trials are much harder than their hard mode versions. While hard mode trials are quite easy and pretty much most of them can be one-shotted under the duty finder, for extreme difficulty trials, you'll most likely want to watch them with a guide if you wish to do them level synced. But if you just want the clear, you can turn the level sync option off from the duty finder window. But you will have to make a group in the party finder, though it shouldn't be too hard to fill them, since 1 or 2 max level players will be enough to help you with them for level 50 and 60 trials. Though for players on the free trial, you will not be able to use the party finder, but you can get players to invite you into a party to help. Outside of that, you'll have to queue using the duty finder, but doing that can lead to very long queue times. And with that, this will be the end of this list. Is there any tips I missed? If so, leave any other tips for new players in the comment section. And if you like this video and want more Final Fantasy XIV content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun YouTube stuff. And I hope you all have a very good day. Bye!